Good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's episode of the COVID Diaries. Yes, I am in bed, just exhausted. Today feels like I'm back to day one. The fatigue is just overwhelming, and thankfully Greg and I have we have separate rooms, so we're not interrupting each other's need for comfort when we're finally in bed resting, and he's back in bed asleep. His fever spikes and then he breaks it, then my fever spikes and breaks it, so it's a good thing to be, in separate rooms. But last night I kind of had like a glimmer of happiness, and I sort of lost my mind briefly, but I was in a really good mood. I had a little bit of energy. I did a shot of Crown. All right, maybe two. And I got to talk on the phone with Holly for a while, and then I woke up this morning and just felt like I was hit by a truck. The only reason I got out of bed is because I was starving. And I don't think you understand what it's like to not have taste or smell. Like, you know what stuff smells like. You know what something should smell like. Like, if you see a skunk, you know it's gonna stink. If you see a fire, you know, like there's going to be a certain like smokiness to it. It's the same with food. Like I can remember when I was growing up and my mom would make homemade spaghetti sauce or bread, or I'd go out to my dad's garage and I could just smell like the automotive scents, and whether it was like grease or gasoline or when my dad came home from work, like I could smell his Brute or his Old Spice. Scents bring back memories, and and they make you feel really good, or they kind of warn you about something. My dog's paw pads smell like corn chips, and so every day I'm like sniffing their paw pads and I can't smell anything, and it's so depressing. It's so weird too how like this virus is inside of you, just attacking things like that. Like it just makes you feel like dirty, and like my skin is like anxious and crawling, and it's the same with taste. I have a little bit of taste, but nothing like what it should be. And I made bacon and almond flour pancakes this morning, and bacon has such a strong taste to it, and it's such a classic taste, and it's such a comfort food. And yeah, I could barely taste it. It was so sad. So you really learn to not take those things for granted, like when they come back. And I don't know how long it's going to take, but even water tastes different. So today's definitely feels like a little bit of a setback. And I said to Greg, what day is it? And he said, it's Saturday. And I just shook my head. I'm like, I can't believe it's Saturday. Again, I really thought that like I'd catch up on my homework. My professors gave me an extension. I'm like, oh, I'm going to get through this. I'm going to get my homework done before my extensions. Nope. I mean, there's a sense of depression. There's a sense of like no motivation. Like this is all I'm going to do today. And then I think, no, I'll try to get a couple chores done. And then I'm like, no, well, maybe I'll go outside. I went outside for a little bit just to walk the girls out, just let the girls out. And it's really cold. And my skin is like super sensitive. So I feel like agitated when the cold air hits me. So I'd rather just be bundled up with my flannel sheets and my grandma sweater and the dogs. So thanks for putting up with these. And if you are having some decadent, delicious food today, make sure that you appreciate like every single taste. And when your wife walks in the room and she has on perfume, make sure you tell her, oh, you smell so good. Don't take those little things for granted. So all right, I'm going to try to lay back down. I'm trying to find some motivation and something to do today. So Hopefully tomorrow's a better day. Thanks, guys.